Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. So this video, we're going to talk about the Letitia James FDNY fiasco. Alright guys, so a lot of you have been asking me, or rather bringing my attention to what happened with Letitia James visiting a fire department function. Right, so if I'm not mistaken, it was some kind of ceremony, promotional ceremony, and I think chiefs were being made or something like that. And being made means they were being promoted from captain to chiefs or chiefs to whatever position they're going to. So there was also, in that crowd, there was also a chaplain that I just found out who was, I guess, being promoted to that position. Anyway, her friend is Letitia James. Letitia James gets invited, and instead of Letitia James shutting up and sitting down, they had her speak. All right. So now, she gets up and speaks, and it seems like the booing and the Trump chants didn't bother her. I think she got her speech done, and then she sat down. She was probably embarrassed. Not the point. The point is that now the job is turning around, stating that they're going to hunt guys down because they booed and chanted Trump. Now, the last time I checked, it's called free speech. And the last time I checked, there is no EEO violations or job violations in this. So, of course, the job is going to probably overreach and abuse power to get people in trouble for something that they disagreed with. And that was having this lady stand on stage and give whatever speech she was giving. Now, for everybody that booed her and chanted Trump, good for them. Enough already of people in these power positions overreaching and telling us what we can and can't do. In the article, this article here, someone goes on to state that we made this event political. Well, let me enlighten the person who made that statement. First of all, the job made it political once you invited a politically divisive woman to an event, a fire department event, where I think it's something over 80% or 90% of the guys are conservatives and or Republicans. And people, a lot of those guys support Trump. Some of us are on the fence with Trump. Nonetheless, we support Trump. So you invite this lady who had a witch hunt against Trump to make sure that they defund him so he can't run for the election. So you invite this lady knowing that that's going to be the outcome. Because we have in the past booed other speakers that have got up there. And nothing's been done. But because Letitia James was embarrassed, and I'm pretty sure that was, she probably called somebody at headquarters. It was like, that was embarrassing. We need something done about this. And then the knee-jerk reaction of the job, the higher-ups, they're like, well, we're going to put out this memo and scare the members into submission. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. Hunt us down. This isn't J6. Guys didn't rip the auditorium apart. They didn't start screaming and yelling. They didn't call her any names. Because if they would have went out of their way and started calling her names, then the job has legs to stand on. But they don't. If they would have been like, you black monkey whore, fuck you, like if anything like that came out of their mouth, they could absolutely went after them. And that's an example. But just saying boo and yelling Trump, now the job wants to hunt guys down and get them in trouble. How? Now, they're not so much getting them in trouble as, according to the memo in the fire department that's in the article, they state that they want to educate or re-educate guys. Re-educate guys on what? On how a scumbag politician got to speak at a fire department event, making that event political in itself? Educate what? Educating a lady who glossed over the thousands of businesses that do the same thing Trump has done, but she went directly after Trump. So again, the sometimes the higher up, not even sometimes, a lot of the times the higher ups are out of touch because they want to make sure that they get a nice cushy job after they leave, so they kiss the ass of whoever they need to kiss to stay in that position and hopefully get something when they get out. But a lot of the higher ups, they're out of touch. I guess they've been in that position too long. They forgot what it was to actually be a firefighter. And remember what it was to laugh, have fun, and disagree with people. And though, guys, all it was a disagreement. That was it. No name calling. Nothing crazy was done. Nothing was thrown. Nothing was broken. They weren't storming the church. You know, people like, oh, they held it at a church. They shouldn't have did that. All they did was boo. If it had been Trump up there, if Trump was invited, first of all, I don't even think Trump would have got invited. Or if somebody wanted to invite Trump, the higher-ups at the job would have probably been like, no, he can't because he's too divisive. And even so, if he got into the doors and was going to make a speech and people were booing and hissing at him, nothing would have been done. But because it was a black woman in position of, I don't know how or why she got there, but because it was a black woman, they feel like they have to do something about it. Because the guys that were hissing at her were, in her eyes, they were white men hissing at me and booing me, and I don't like that. Something needs to be done. That's all it is, guys. It's BS. This whole entire witch hunt is BS. Now, the union came out and said, we're disappointed that this happened. Why would you be disappointed? She shouldn't have been invited there to begin with. And you're supposed to stand with the men on all circumstances. Though they turn around and say, well, we're disappointed, but we'll defend whoever gets in trouble or gets brought down to downtown. They are wasting taxpayer dollars on this nonsense. That's the more alarming thing. We have e-bike fires left and right. We are still wearing gear that's going to cause cancer in our bodies down the line. But they're worried about who booed and hissed and chanted Trump. People are dying on a day-to-day basis because of the e-bike fires. We got e-bikes racing all over the city, causing accidents all over the city, endangering firefighters and EMTs. But for some reason, let's stop all of that and let's go after the people who booed. The Democrats in the city no longer make sense when they start doing dumb shit like that, when they start deviating from what they're supposed to be focused on. And you think they will focus on our health because the gear we wear can cause cancer, according to a report. The helmets we wear off-gas because they're plastic. That can cause cancer. But let's not worry about that. Let's put that on the back burner for now, and let's make sure we get those guys to justice who booed and hissed. This is just mismanagement or overreach or abuse of power, however you want to look at it. Because it's definitely that if they're going to go through with this. Now, maybe they did it as a, you know what, let's just keep her quiet and say we're doing something, but not really doing anything. It could be that as well. Nonetheless, guys, this is a strange incident that's going nationwide because of booing, hissing, and chanting Trump. Anyway, guys, I'm just addressing this situation. Do I stand with the guys who booed and chanted Trump? Absolutely. 1,000%. Spot on. Am I standing with the job for what they're doing and hunting guys down? Absolutely not. That just makes no sense. It's a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars. You're going to have guys go downtown and do what? Lawyer up and talk to them, get talked to by whoever it is that's going to talk to them, saying you shouldn't have did this. Grow up. We got bigger issues on our hand. And we got migrants running rampant throughout the city. We got crime skyrocketing. And this is where they're drawing the line. Booing at some overzealous, overpaid, bloated politician. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.